Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of ExcelR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. ExcelR.
Workshop with advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if ExcelR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with ExcelR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank ExcelR for being a part of it.
Good evening, all. I hope you're doing well. Okay, we'll start the session. Please inform your friends to join the session as soon as possible. Good evening. I hope my voice is audible. Students will wait for 2 more minutes. Then we will start. Till that, I request please inform your friends to join the session as soon as possible. We have very less participants. So I request please inform your friends to join. We'll start exactly. We'll start at 7. Like we'll wait for 2 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Just let me know.
Sir, you're
Okay.
audible.
All right. Okay. So as promised, we'll start with CBDC. Okay. So what is CBDC? CBDC full form is Central Bank Digital Currency. And why it was adopted? I mean, why this idea was adopted? So we have considered the working of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. It's really volatile. It's really not good for any any fiat currency sovereignty because Indian rupee is a sovereign currency. Europe's currency, which is euro, is a sovereign currency. Okay, but when this cryptocurrency came, it totally changed the way we do finance. Okay, so it was like a danger to all the fiat currency, right? But yeah, the danger comes with cryptocurrency as well. We have seen it's really volatile. Okay, it's really volatile. And then to solve this problem, we got another concept which is known as stable coin, which was a much stable form of cryptocurrency. It's also a cryptocurrency, but it's backed by, I mean, a token is backed by a real world value or a real world asset. Example, Tether coin, TETHER, Tether is backed by $1. That means one token is equals to, I mean, one Tether coin is equals to $1. and it will be forever. Okay, it will be forever. It will always be pegged to $1. Okay, now if you convert $1 into an Indian rupee, so I get around 86 to 87. So one tether will be around 86 to 87 rupees. Okay, we have examples like USDC as well. They all are stable coin. Okay, then people realize, I mean, not the people, the criminal realize that it's a much safer form as compared to cryptocurrency. So all the criminals started to use stable coin. Okay, so again it was a danger to every state, that we cannot consider stable coin or any other cryptocurrency as a legal tender. Okay, because it's really risky. Most of the money laundering activities will start to happen. Okay, we make cryptocurrency or stable coin as a legal form of tender. Okay, so that's why there are various, I mean, there are very less government who has approved cryptocurrency as a legal tender. Okay, so I guess one of the country, I'm not able to recall. You guys can Google it. Okay, so now what government thought, that let's come up with our own form of cryptocurrency, a regulated form of cryptocurrency, and they named it as CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, that uses blockchain technology. But I said it's 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 a bit of centralized. Why centralized? Because if I talk about Indian CBDC e-Rupee, it is controlled by RBI. It is issued by RBI. Okay. So now let me just share my screen. So I guess we all know what's the responsibility of RBI. So RBI regulates Indian rupee. So if you see section 31 of the RBI Act, I'll open it for you guys. Section 31 of the RBI Act. Okay. Wait, I'll share my screen here. Uh, Let me just check. See, section 31 in short means that nobody apart from RBI can issue the notes or can issue Indian rupee. Okay, so I think it's obvious. We all know. So you guys can read it here. No person in India other than the bank or as expressly authorized by the Act, the central government shall draw, accept, may make or issue any bill of exchange. Bill of exchange means Indian rupee. Okay, it could be hundi, it could be promissory note, or engagement for the payment of money payable to bearer on demand. Law language is really hectic, right? Even I was not able to understand during my law school. Okay, so this is what they're trying to say, that nobody is authorized to issue or make, okay, anything which is related to money, which have a monetary value. Okay, so that's what RBI says. Okay, so nobody apart from RBI can issue Indian rupee. Okay, so when they came about this idea, e-rupee, e-rupee, when they came, oh, yeah, when they came with this idea, e-rupee, okay, is it's just a digital representation. It is just a digital representation. It's just a digital representation of the physical money or the physical rupee. Okay. So if I say 5 rupee e-note or e-rupee, I'll directly write e-rupee. 5 e-rupee. Okay. So its value is directly coming from 5 rupee. Okay. So that means a 5 rupee note of we see, I mean a physical note we see. Okay, where let's say it's written 500. Okay, 500 rupees. And there's something down written here. There's something written here, and that says that I promise to pay bearer a sum of 500 rupee. Who is I here? Who is I here? I is RBI. I is RBI. This is not you. This is not Me. This is RBI who is saying if I'm doing a payment to you. So this is not I'm doing, this is RBI who is doing payment from my behalf to you guys. Okay. That means this 500 rupee note directly comes under the liability of RBI. Direct under the liability of RBI. Okay. So when they created e-Rupee or CBDC, okay, so it again comes under the liability of RBI. It is directly under the liability of RBI. Okay, I think it's clear. Now let's move forward. Yes, the RBI governor. RBI governor says, I promise to pay. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see. Suppose this is RBI. Says this is the apex body. This is the apex body. Now, there's a saying in India, not in India, but everywhere, that if you want to provide financial services in India, okay, you have to hold some reserves with RBI. You have to hold some reserves with RBI. Why these reserves are important? If you guys remember the case of Yes Bank, it went into bankruptcy. If you guys remember. Okay, so how Yes Bank was able to compensate the users. So they had given some reserves with the RBI. So RBI can use those reserves to compensate the users. Okay, so every bank they have to hold some reserves with the RBI. Okay, suppose this is bank A. Okay, this is yeah, this is bank A. This is bank B, and this is bank C. Okay, so every bank holds some reserves with RBI. Every bank holds some reserves with RBI. Okay, and RBI allows them to do any financial activities. Okay, now suppose this is a person, let's say Alice, who belongs to bank A, and suppose there's a person Bob who belongs from bank B. Okay, now if they want to do a transaction, it could be any electronic form. Okay, it could be credit card, debit card, or let's say UPI. Okay, let's say UPI. Suppose Alice has to send 500 rupee. Okay, using UPI. So what will happen? First, 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 the payment merchant. Who is payment merchant? Let's say Google Pay. Payment merchant, I'll directly write Google Pay instead. First, Google Pay will acknowledge it. Then NPCI will acknowledge it. Who is NPCI? Who regulates UPI in India? Then Alice Bank will acknowledge it. Then Bank B will acknowledge it. Then again NPCI. Then again, suppose Bob is using Phone Pay. Phone Pay. Okay, and then again Bob will be receiving 500 rupees. So you see, it's a intermediary model. It's intermediary model. First Google Pay, second NPCI, third bank, fourth bank recipient bank, fifth again NPCI, sixth Phone Pay. So it's a intermediary model. It's a intermediary model. Okay, we all know it's an intermediary model. Without without the intervention of banks, without the intervention of NPCI, the UPI can never happen. UPI transaction can never happen. Okay. But when we talk about cash, when we talk about cash, when we talk about cash, suppose this Alice is having a 500 rupee note. Now this Alice can directly send Bob the 500 rupee note, right? So this is peer to peer. This is a peer to peer transaction or user to user transaction. Okay. So what RBI said, that let's use the concept of cryptography, let's use the concept of cryptocurrency and convert this physical cash system into a electronic form. So this is what CBDC is. So now suppose this 500 rupee note is a e-rupee. E-rupee. So now you can directly send e-rupee to Bob without the requirement of any bank. And you know, guys, this transaction, suppose the transaction is Alice sent 500 to Bob. This transaction is, let's say, T1. I'll write it here, T1. So this T1 will not be stored by bank A. It will not be stored by bank B, but it will be directly stored by RBI ledger. RBI's ledger. RBI's ledger, which is a centralized thing, which is not a decentralized thing. If you guys remember, in cryptocurrency, in Bitcoin, instead of RBI, we have thousands of computers connected to each other, right? Thousands of computer connected to each other. That means this transaction T1 will be given to all the thousands of computer. But here, it will only be received by RBI ledger. Okay, so that's why I said it's a bit of centralized. RBI controls everything here. But what they have taken an idea from cryptocurrency, this P2P transaction, only they have taken from the concept of cryptocurrency. Okay. So yeah, that's what CBDC is. Okay, and exactly how it works. All right, so directly is in the liability of RBI. So someone asked me yesterday, so what's the difference between UPI and CBDC? So that's the difference. CBDC or e-rupee is the rupee. It's the rupee. It's the rupee. If you imagine a electronic form or a digital form of your, let's say, a physical 500 rupee note. Okay, so e-rupee, a digital form of your rupee, is known as CBDC. So it's the legal tender, but UPI is the payment facilitator. It's the payment software. Okay, who helps you to send transaction. Okay, and when we talk about UPI, so there's no value which is actually being transferred from one place to another. What happen is, I'll show you. This concept is known as settlement and reconciliation. So what happens is, suppose Alice has 10,000 in his account. Okay, and bank B is also having, sorry, Bob is also having 10,000. Now, if Alice wants to send 500 rupee, 500 payment to, let's say, Bob, so what will happen is bank A will just minus 500 from the Alice account, which will be 9,500, and bank will just add 500 to the Bob's account, which would be 10,500. Okay, 9,500, right? Yeah. So that's what settlement is. So this is the responsibility of bank. That means when we talk about UPI, when we talk about when we talk about credit card payment, liability are with the banks. Liabilities are with the banks. But when you talk about physical cash system, the liability is with the RBI. Okay. When you talk about e-rupee, liability is with RBI. But when you talk about UPI, when you talk about credit card payment, the liability is with the banks. So banks are the ones who is responsible here. So if they're responsible, so they should be held liable for it. If any mishappening is there. Okay. So yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference. Okay. So in a very easy definition, if I have to explain what CBDC, CBDC or a central bank digital currency is just a digital representation of your physical money, which is regulated which is regulated by the central bank of any country, and it is authorized by the government of that country. Okay. Now, if I talk about India, so I'll say it again. Indian e-rupee or CBDC is just a digital representation of your fiat currency, which is regulated and governed by the RBI and is authorized by the government of India. So that is what CBDC is. Okay, that's what CBDC is. This is the definition you will see everywhere. Okay. Now let's read about it. What are the features they have provided? I mean, the RBI has provided. What are the benefits? What are the problems the conventional system faces, and how CBDC are CBDC is solving those problems. Okay. So there's a website. It's by PwC. Is okay, Dr. Vinod sir is saying actually CBDC is violating the open decentralized currency. Yes, sir, you can say it. Intentions of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies. Yeah, we can say because cryptocurrency totally works on a decentralized network, and this is what we want, a decentralized form of money. So CBDC is not a decentralized form of money, right? Then why have uh Nilesh, I'm not getting you. Why have did the net bank apps? Sorry, I'm not getting you, Nilesh. Okay, we'll see the questions. Okay, now let's focus on this website. Okay, so let's read from starting. Okay, future of digital currency in India. 114 countries, including India, are exploring digital currency. And is known, India has also launched its own retail pilot on pilot. See, it's a old document. Okay, India now is working on it. So, okay, the main project is live now. The RBI foresees e-Rupee issued and regulated by the central bank as the next generation seamless, trust and anonymous payment made mode that delivers value to customers. Meher Gandhi and Zubin examine the processing. Okay. All right. Now let's read it. The Reserve Bank of India has decided to withdraw rupees INR 2000 denomination banknotes from circulation in a move remnants of demonetization in 2016. People will now be required to exchange these notes by September 30 of this year. Okay. This development may give the payment industry, which has witnessed a revolution through digital business models and innovative systems, a further boost. I think it's not that important. We'll see. Okay, now let's read from here. Okay, technology is evidently evolving in parallel with the end user, and use cases are increasing with the emergence of new avenues of payment. Payments form a core of any financial institution, and it's becoming imperative for central banks to provide avenues that offer new world functionalities for relevant. Central bank digital currency is one such avenue that aims to help central banks facilitate financial services widely. The RBI foresees e-Rupee or Indian CBDC, that is the digital form of the fiat currency issued and regulated by the RBI as the next generation payment mode that is seamless, ubiquitous, and anonymous, delivering customers value and a satisfying experience. Okay, now let's see what actually e-Rupee solve this problem. So I'll tell you guys. So see, when a physical money, when a physical rupee is manufactured, it's when it's distributed. Okay, so the estimated cost that comes around is 15 to 17%. That means if you create a 100 rupee note, so the cost associated with that 100 rupee note is more than its original price. So it's 15 to 17% more, because there are only 4 locations in India where Indian money is manufactured. You guys know about it? Let me just check who knows about it. What are the 4 places in India where the Indian money, yeah, where Indian money is manufactured? Pawan is saying one is Mysore, okay. Nasik, all right. Two more. You guys can Google it. Nasik, Mysore, and yes, Nilesh, they have different banks, right? Eastern India. What's the city name, Tejaswini? I'll also say. Nasik, Devas, and then we have Mysore and Salboni. These are the 4 locations. Okay. Noida. Noida is the one. Okay. I haven't heard about Noida. I think Noida is, sorry, Kolkata is the one who manufactures. Oh, right, right, right. Hmm. Could be. Noida. I don't think so. Noida is the one. Okay. So now you guys can imagine only 4 places in India. Now from that 4 places, the printed money, okay, goes to each location in India. Okay, so that's something which is really costly. Okay, the logistic and everything is really costly. So that's why they have said it here. That's why they have said it here. For example, for every 100 rupee note, the cost estimate is around 15 to 70% of the entire expense in 4-year life cycle, including printing, distribution, and returning due to soilage. If they are, sorry, so if, suppose if they are, yeah, if they are, uh, what do I say? If they are destructed, okay. So what people do, they just dump it in the soil. So that's what they are saying, soilage. So that it leads to carbon footprint as well. Okay. Now let's see. As cash circulation prices, it put pressures on distribution and storage channel. That's true. Along with the environment, owning to its carbon footprint, because printing and everything, you need machines and everything. Okay. A larger amount of cash in circulation means pressure on regulators and governance in terms of printing, distribution, and storage, thus posing several risks such as counterfeits, duplicate notes. I think we all see news. Okay, I think crores of counterfeit notes are found in India in various places. Okay, I think we all have seen these news. Okay, so counterfeit notes are the major problem. Okay, when it comes about the sovereignty of Indian rupee, spoilage and security risk. Counterfeits are a huge risk, with the RBI reporting an increase in fake 2,500 currency notes in fiscal year of 21 and 22. A major risk with carrying cash is the risk of loss or theft. E-Rupee gives central banks better control over usage and distribution. This is one of the primary motivations for RBI to launch CBDC to to reduce the counterfeit notes that are coming in India. Okay, so that was the main reason for RBI to launch CBDC. Okay, now let's read it more. Launching the e-rupee in India would also mean taking a step towards digital economy, given the rise in the adoption of mobile and internet-based payments. Besides improving the cumbersome cross-border transaction process, one of the top priorities of the G20 summit has been to enhance cross-border payments, and it has been implied that CBDC can be an appropriate tool. I told you yesterday, suppose if there's a CBDC in Japan, I think it's again the EN. So now if I want to send someone Japanese currency, so I can easily convert my e-rupee into EN using CBDC. So cross-border payments, okay, are now easy. Okay. Cross-border transactions have always involved time-consuming processes laden with strict compliance checks owing to their dependency on the correspondent banks' availability and time zones. Okay, so there are a lot of factors which make cross-border transactions time-consuming. Okay. Financial institutions which have reserves in the RBI. What I told you, every bank had to hold some reserves with RBI. So this is what they're saying. Financial institutions which have reserves in the RBI can transact in CBDC and make it easier to reduce counterparty risk. CBDC is also expected to accelerate the process by automating the method of transaction and settlement. Now you guys see, when we do a transaction using cash, so settlement is done instantly. I am giving directly 500 rupee note into the hands of other person. Settlement done. Settlement done. Okay. So that's why it's really instant. So this is what CBDC is also providing. CBDC is also expected to accelerate the process by automating the method of transaction and settlement. Some other potential areas where CBDC can be leveraged to ease the process of transactions include government securities and international forex trade. Oh, this is something I'll see. The design of CBDC depends on the functions it is expected to perform. As the RBI has underlined its concept note, the implications of CBDC for payment systems, monetary policy, and the structure and stability of the financial system will be determined by the design. A primary consideration is that design features of CBDC should be least disruptive. Accordingly, the key aspects include. Now, there are two types of CBDC. Now there are two types of CBDC, guys. One is known as token based CBDC and other is known as account based CBDC. Oh, sorry. I take my words back. First is known as retail CBDC. First is known as retail CBDC and other is known as wholesale CBDC. Now it's very easy to understand, guys. For retail CBDC and wholesale CBDC. If you guys remember what I told you about transaction record keeping models, what are the two transaction record keeping models? Tell me fast. What are the two record keeping models? Two transaction record keeping models that we have studied till now. Fast. What are the names of two transaction record keeping models that we have studied? You guys are not revising. UTXO and account based system. Now remember, UTXO and account based system. Now remember, what is UTXO? What is UTXO? A simple example on what UTXO is. Cash system. Cash system. The physical cash system. You can imagine physical note as a token. Okay, so UTXO is also known as a token based system. Token based. On the other hand, account based system is like a UPI or a credit card system. You just have to write the amount and the payment will be done. I think it's clear for everyone. Just let me know if anybody has doubt in this transaction record keeping model. I'll explain again. If somebody missed the previous sessions, just let me know. I think it's clear. Okay. So this retail CBDC, if you ask me, it's just a token based model. Token based model, and it is intended for public use. It is intended for public use. That means for us, the consumers. Oh, what I'm writing? Public use. For us, for the citizens. Suppose I want to pay someone, let's say 450 rupees. So what I can do? I'll show you guys again. e-Rupee. If you guys can see this diagram. So these are the tokens. Okay, so token based model. So retail CBDC is just for users. Suppose I want to pay someone 450 rupees. So what I can do? I can select a 200 rupee note. I can select again a 200 rupee note. And I can select a 50 rupee note. This is what I can do. So these are, I'm selecting tokens so that it sums up to the amount. Okay, so this is token based model for us, for Indian consumers, for even for merchant. Suppose I went to a shop market. So every shopkeeper have the account by the name merchant account. So they are known as merchant account. Okay, so it's for user to user or user to merchant or merchant to user. It's for them, the retail CBDC. Retail CBDC. Okay, I think it's clear. But when we talk about wholesale CBDC, it's based on account based system, account of balance based system. Why now? Why account-based system? So first I'll tell you it's for financial institutions. It's for financial institutions. Now, why they have created a different CBDC for financial institutions? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Why they have created account-based model for banks or any other financial institution, but retail CBDC just for public? What do you think? Any idea? Any idea? Exactly, Nilesh. That's the right answer. Exactly, Mohammed. Maybe because volume is large. Exactly. Exactly. Because suppose I told you interbank transactions are in crore. Suppose if I want to send someone 1,000 crore rupees, 1,000 crore rupees. Just imagine 1,000 crore rupees, and I have to select notes. 5,000, 1,000. It will, it will, it will take my life, okay, to calculate the amount that sums to 1,000 crore. So for that, RBI has made this account-based system for the banks, so that they can do interbank transactions, which are again, like Vinod sir also said, the transaction volume. So it's really, really large. So that's why they have provided this option for banks. Very good. Okay. So I think it's clear the difference between retail CBDC and wholesale CBDC. Retail CBDC is intended for public use, user to merchant or merchant to user or user to user. But when we talk about wholesale CBDC, wholesale CBDC is intended for interbank transactions, and only those banks or only those financial institutions who holds reserves with the RBI. Okay, so that's what written here. I'll show you. I'll share my screen again. Yeah. Now let's read it. Retail CBDC intended for the private sector, non-financial consumers and businesses. The merchant. Electronic version of cash primarily meant for retail transactions. Okay. Direct liability of central bank RBI, and hence provides access to safe money with 24 into 7 availability, offering real time to near real time payment settlement. Directly giving to you. So no settlement. It's done at instantly. But when you talk about wholesale CBDC, intended for interbank transactions and related wholesale financial transactions like bond settlement or nostro transfer, and I don't know what nostro transfers are, restricted to use only for selected financial institution, could transform settlement systems, making them secure and efficient. Okay. Now, let's see what are the models for issuance. There are three types of model: direct model, intermediate model, and hybrid model. Now, guys, I like that India is a very large country with a large population. Okay. So RBI cannot issue these directly to Indian people. Okay. There are countries, what they have did is they have directly issued these CBDC directly to the consumers, not with the help of banks. Okay, suppose this is the national bank or the central bank, the apex body like RBI. Now, in small countries, issuing it to users. Suppose, so they all are connected with them. Okay, suppose this person has 500, so they can do peer to peer. Everybody can do peer to peer. Even they can do peer to peer. They can do peer to peer, and they can also do peer to peer. Okay. So central bank in small countries where population is not that large, it's controllable. So they issue directly. But when we talk about countries like India, the country is so large that now that RBI has to take help of banks to issue these tokens. So that's why Nilesh asked me. So I mean, for every bank it's different. Yes, you if it depends on what banks you are using. If I'm using Union Bank of India, so I'll be installing Union Bank of India e-Rupee app. If someone is using HDFC, they will be using HDFC. Okay, so instead of directly doing it here, what RBI is doing is, now I'll draw the diagram of RBI. The same diagram that we have, that I made earlier. So this is RBI. Now with the help of banks, with the help of bank, okay, they are issuing the tokens. They are issuing the tokens. Now people can do peer to peer. Okay, so RBI with the bank, they are issuing to bank people. Okay, so this is what an intermediate model or a hybrid model is. Let's see. Okay, see, this is the direct model. If you guys can see on my screen, it's a direct model. The central bank manages the end-to-end aspects such as issuance and account keeping. Direct, no requirement of bank. The central bank controls the ledger and its servers is involved in all payments. Okay, intermediary model. The the central bank distributes the CBDC to intermediaries and tracks only the wholesale balances of the intermediaries. Only the wholesale balances, not the retail balances. The intermediaries are responsible for the distribution of the CBDC to the general public. So now intermediaries will distribute on the behalf of RBI. Okay, so you guys can see the diagram. Central bank is issuing CBDC, minting and issuing to them. Okay, users now they can claim it. Claim remains with intermediaries. Okay, so sorry, this is not India model. India model is this hybrid one. Okay, because you guys can see in this intermediary model, the the liability remains with the intermediaries, not with the central bank. But what RBI said, that direct liability with us, so that comes under hybrid model. Okay, there is a direct claim on the central bank combined with a private sector messaging layer and control of ledger. The central bank issues the CBDC to other entities, and those entities are then responsible for all customer associated activities. Okay, so again, direct claim on the central bank. Okay, the merchants also, the shops and everything. Okay, so these are the three models: direct, intermediate, and hybrid model. Form of design: token based and account based. This is what we have already studied. So this is what's written here. Account based CBDC. Account based CBDC requires maintenance of record of balances and transactions of all holder of the CBDC and indicates the ownership of monetary balances. The intermediary will verify the identity of the account holder. A preferred mode for wholesale CBDC. Token based CBDC will function as a bearer instrumentation like banknotes. Banknotes. Whosoever holds the token at a given time would be presumed to own them. Same thing that we have studied in blockchain and cryptocurrency. If you own a Bitcoin, it's obvious that you own that Bitcoin. Okay, so this is what they're saying. Whosoever holds the token at a given time would be presumed to own them. Okay, a preferred mode for retail CBDC given its proximity to physical currency. Okay, we have we discussed all these things. Okay, so this is the old data. I think the status of CBDC across as of this, it's not 2002. Sorry, I think it's misprinted 2022. Okay, so I think this is the old data 2022. So I think you can see Sweden Central Bank, South Korea, the European National Bank, everybody has started. Okay. Okay. Now let's come to benefits of CBDC in India. Remember, I told you about a definition, financial inclusion. So don't you think CBDC is providing financial inclusion, and how it is providing? By enabling transactions without the use of internet. And I think Dr. Vinod Sub mentioned in the previous session, with the help of NFC, near field communication technology, NFC. Okay, so now let's read it. Several central banks in emerging markets and developing economies are implementing retail CBDC globally. If we consider the reasons behind the implementations across China, Mexico, Nigeria, Bahamas, Jamaica, and Caribbean Union, One of them is enhancing the efficiency of payment systems. In the case of India, the concept note published by the RBI in October 2022 has listed the following additional motivations. Okay. Widen financial inclusion. Lack of infrastructure, poor connectivity, socio-economical barriers contribute to lower financial inclusion. As per RBI report, India's FI index or as of March 2020 is 56.4. Now, let me know what's the FI index of India right now. Can somebody tell me? 67. Okay. No, it's not 2002, it's 2022 only. Okay, so, Mohammed sir, what can RBI to do to address the cybersecurity which may rise? What they can do, see, again, they have to implement again the cybersecurity measures. Okay. I think most important is SDF, I mean, all the banks also have to maintain the security here. Okay. Yes, or if you want to read about CBDC more, I mean the official document, you can visit to RBI. Okay, CBDC in a way will take away the anonymous nature of yes Vinod sir. So that's a bad thing also, right? We don't want the anonymous nature of cash because RBI is promising that if a transaction is below 50,000, we will not store it. But who knows? Who knows? Okay. Nothing wrong in calling out curve to corruption. Uh, Nilesh, I'm not getting you. I mean, in what reference did you said that? Yeah, I may yes, the corruption can be removed using this CBDC. That's right. 67. So I think India's financial index is 67. I'm believing on Pavan right now. Okay, so I think it's 67. So from 2022, it's now from 22, it was around how much? How it was? Yeah, 56.4 now. As per Pawan, it's now 67. Okay. A digital mode of currency that does not require a fully functional bank account and can work offline will provide a major boost to inclusion. A very important word, financial inclusion. Promotes cashless economy, precautionary cash holding during COVID-19 and the anonymous nature of cash transactions led to a rapid increase in cash usage during 21 and 22. The introduction of CBDC will, with conditional anonymity, will boost cashless transactions and thus to be a step towards promoting a cashless economy. Okay. Boost payment innovation okay, yeah, CBDC can serve as a platform for payment innovation and provide diverse options to consumer. It is also free from credit and liquidity risk and hence removes barrier for firms to innovate new capabilities. Like Nilesh said, curb money laundering. There's often a concern about privately issued digital assets and a sizable share of the population transacting, holding, and trading in such assets. Unlike cryptocurrencies, CBDC is less vulnerable to volatility and instability, thus safeguarding individual rights. Reduce operational cost and achieve ESG goals. ESG goals, I mean, it's related to environment. And I'm forgetting the full form of it. The cost of cash management in India has been immense. The expenditure incurred on printing between April 21 to 22 was 4,984 crore just for printing, a figure that excludes the ESG impact. Apart from the high printing cost, it should be noted that the government of India subsidizes the usage of UPI. The introduction of CBDC will ease the pressure on the government in terms of printing, distribution, and storage of currency, and also contribute to India's ESG goals by helping reduce the carbon footprint. Okay. Simplify security settlement. Government securities can be settled using wholesale CBDC in India through a process known as delivery versus payment. Delivery versus payment. I'm forgetting what was the main idea behind it. DVP settlement is a mechanism used to ensure that a delivery and settlement of securities occur simultaneously. Okay, okay, now I remember. In blockchain, this concept is known as atomic transfers. Yeah, atomic transfer. That means that means that means the transaction will be done on the both side, or it will never happen. This is the concept of atomic exchange. Atomic exchange. Suppose uh, suppose if I talk from the perspective of cryptocurrency. Suppose I have Ether, and suppose someone has Solana. Okay. Now, once we transfer those Solana in exchange of one another, I want Solana and someone wants Ether. Okay. Now, what atomic transfer says that the transaction will happen both the way. I mean, both will receive the currency at the same time. Okay. Or it will never happen. It will never happen. It's not the condition that someone received that asset and I didn't receive that asset. But that never happened. So transaction happen in both the ways. Somebody will receive it and somebody will pay it at the both time. That it will be instantaneous. Okay. So this is what they're saying. That a delivery and settlement of securities occur simultaneous. It should not be like I have paid, but settlement is taking months to do. Okay. So that's not the case here. In India, the RBI has launched a pilot wholesale CBDC called the Negotiated Dealing System Order Machine. I want you guys to read about it. Okay, I'm also not aware of this. Negotiated Dealing System Order Matching, which allows banks to buy or sell government securities. Okay. Okay, now one of my favorite thing here. Okay. Let's read it and then I'll tell you. CBDC initiative in India. In 2022, the RBI launched the pilot for e-Rupee. The pilot was launched with the aim of creating a digital version that is similar to the paper currency and gauge usage for ensuring a seamless transition to CBDC. The RBI is rolling out the digital currency via an intermediary. Oh, they are using intermediary. But why they have said the direct liability with the RBI? With initial participation from 8 banks in the country. Okay, as of 23, this pilot project was being conducted in 5 cities within closed user groups comprising merchants and customers on an invitation basis only. Again, it's 2 years old information. The RBI issues CBDC to intermediary banks that issue digital wallets to the end users. Now, we have the concept of digital wallets again. So if you install your corresponding bank e-Rupee app, they will be giving you a digital wallet where your these tokens will be stored. Transactions will be performed in the same way as those involving physical currency. Okay. Again, transactions will be performed in the same way as those involving physical currency. While the e-Rupee will not earn any interest, I think Pawan asked me yesterday, is there any interest? So yeah, the answer is no. There's no interest. It can be converted into deposits. Now, features, offline functionality to support usage of CBDC in low on network conditions. Okay, so without the even of internet, you can do the payment. Now, this is something which is very interesting, guys. Programmability for restricting government benefits or grants usage for a defined purpose at a identified merchants. Very, very interesting thing. Okay. Now in India, I'll take an example. Suppose in India we have various schemes, right, wherein my government provides money to the poor or to the ones who are below the poverty line so that they can buy the ration. Okay. Now the thing is, you might have seen that this money is not being utilized for what it has been given for. Okay. In Indian society, I mean, mostly men, they take these money and I think you know, they just spend on all the useless things like it could be alcohol, it could be gambling. Okay. So now with this programmability thing, now they can only spend where it is intended to. Suppose a person who belongs to who belongs to uh yeah, below the poverty line, let's say got some let's say 1,000 rupees uh under a scheme. So now that 1,000 rupees is only programmable. That means it can only be used on the ration shops. If that person tried to spend that 1,000 rupees somewhere else, it will decline it. It will decline that. So this is what programmability is. So you guys can see, for restricting government's benefit grants usage for a defined purpose at identified merchants. So only at the identified merchants you will able to use this money. Okay. So this is something, again, a good thing and a bad thing, because again, government is not providing a freedom to spend the money. But again, yeah, it's for good, I guess. Third point, interoperability. Now somebody asked me, suppose if I'm not using CBDC and person is using if a person is using CBDC and another person using UPI. So it's a barrier in a transaction. How will I do a payment to a person who is not using CBDC but I'm using? Okay. So right now, CBDC and UPI are interoperable with each other. That means if I want to do a payment, I can still use CBDC and pay in UPI. So this is what interoperability is. See, for enabling both newer and legacy payment systems to operate seamlessly and improve the likelihood of adoption. Okay. Fourth is anonymity. The same thing in the physical cash. If you pay someone 500 rupee note using cash, they'll not be able to get your name and vice versa. Okay, so the person's anonymity is maintained. The person's identity is maintained. It's secured. It's private. Okay, so this is what's written here, to guarantee an individual's right to privacy, as in the case of physical cash. Okay, so these are the features that RBI said. Okay, 4 features: offline functionality, programmability, interoperability, and anonymity. Okay, it's a very large document. It's really, really large. So I'll send you guys to read about it. Okay, so I guess we don't have to read it here right now. It's just a comparison. Okay, UPI versus CBDC. Should we take a break and then we continue? First, I'll take a question. Yes, somebody said environmental, social, and governance. Right. Exactly. Farmers, loans, grants, anonymity. Why introduce loophole? Uh, what loophole, Nilesh? To make free UPI transactions. Yeah, Pawan, you can say that. I mean, it's a subsidy. It's a subsidy, so that UPI, I think, but it's now done. UPI will have to take charge. This is what I'm reading somewhere. I'm not sure about it. Why cash is allowed is to be allowed in first place? I mean, after the CBDC is introduced or without it? See, if you remove cash entirely, then it's a really difficult thing, right? Because you guys know that when we talk about land, okay, when we buy a land, every transaction is done using cash, not online payment, right? Because we have to be safe from cash as of the tax as well. Yeah, I think the main yeah, Nili, that's right. The main reason is, I guess, they just want to, you know, remove the counterfeit. That's the main reason. The cash will not be removed entirely from the system. It will be there, but it's its production, its printing will be less if people started to use CBDC for normal transactions. Okay. Yeah, exactly. If they remove tax, there will be no problem then. That's true. But again, the thing is, I told you, in India, the tax on cryptocurrency 30%. So there's why money laundering is happening. If there will be no money laundering, sorry, if there will be no tax, there will be no money laundering. So yeah, that's the reason. It's a loophole. Okay, now let's take a 10-minute break and then we'll continue. Okay, then we read about the UPI versus CBDC. Okay. Okay, I'll share this document. Uh, This is the one I have shared it on the group. Anyway, in chat box. Okay, let's meet at 8:16. Okay, or 8:20 max by maximum. Okay. Is everybody here? Just let me know. Okay. Okay, so Dr. Vinod sir is saying, please show this in class. Okay, let me just check. Oh, wow. Something good. Let me just share my screen. So this is what Dr. Vinod sir has said to make me show you. Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker. Scroll to explore, okay? What is a central bank digital currency? As CBDC is a virtual money backed and issued by a central bank. As money and payments have become more digital, the world's central bank have realized that they need to provide a public option or let the future of money pass by them. Okay. Okay, so this is the entire structure, all right. So India green one pilot. Right now, still we are pilot mode. No, I think it was implemented. It's 3 year now. I mean it's 2025 and it's still in 49. I mean sorry, it's in still pilot mode. Launched. Okay, so okay, they have launched it. Launched the Bahamas, okay. It's a intermediate mode. Oh, that's a very good website, Dr. Vanessa. So you can see everything. It's launched, it's retail, technology, NZIA technology, intermediate, both. Okay. They have cancelled. Ecuador has cancelled it. Okay. 49. Let's talk about India. Yeah, India, this is one. Pilot, retail and wholesale, we are both intermediated model, infrastructure both. This is Nigeria. Nigeria has launched it. Okay. Technology is using Hyperledger Fabric in India. Is it mentioned? No, it's not mentioned. It's again Hyperledger Fabric only. DLT technology infrastructure, we are both. And apart from this country has implemented, but it's not showing here. It's showing here. Jamaica has done it. Central African Republic wants to do it. Myanmar has done it. Myanmar has launched it. CBDC is other. What is this thing? Marshall Island. Algorand. Wow, they have used Algorand in Micronesia. All right. Australia is on pilot mode right now. They have used Ethereum here. Okay, Sri Lanka development mode. What about Japan? Intermediated model. Project Stella. Okay, they are using Stella and Go. Don't know what that is. Russia pilot mode. Oh yeah, that's a good thing then. It's a very good website. Last updated July 2025. Okay. Cross-border CBDC projects. Project Polaris, Project Digital Euro, Project Icebreaker. Oh, that's a really good thing. So I want you guys to go through this website once and check what are these projects. Okay, what are these projects? Okay. Can I click on any of them? Okay, let's click. Okay, so you can click on this and you will get the information of this project. Okay. Good website. Thank you, Vanessa. Timeline race for the future of money. Wow, that's a good thing. CBDC in circulation. Okay, so there's a question. But don't digital currencies already exist? Now let's see the answer what they're saying. There are already thousands of digital currencies commonly called cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the most well-known, fully decentralized cryptocurrency. Another type of cryptocurrency are stable coins. whose value is pegged to an asset or a fiat currency like the dollar. Cryptocurrencies run on a distributed ledger technology or the blockchain technology, meaning that multiple devices all over the world, not one central hub, are constantly verifying the accuracy of the transaction. But this is different from the central bank issuing a digital currency. So this is what their answer is. Okay, let's check the challenges. Okay, there are several challenges, and each one need careful consideration before a country launches a CBDC. Citizens could pull too much money out of banks at once by purchasing CBDC. Okay, triggering a run on banks, affecting their ability to lend and sending a shock to interest rates. So that's true. This is especially a problem for countries with unstable financial systems. CBDC also carry operational risk since they are vulnerable to cyber attacks and need to be more resilient against them. Finally, CBDCs require a complex regulatory framework including privacy, consumer protection, anti-money laundering law standards, which need to be made more robust before adopting this technology. Okay, so it's a good website. Just go through this website. It's mentioned in the chat box. Try to look over these projects. Okay, what are these projects? Okay. Uh, Nilesh, this website is already visible here. If you can see it, it's mentioned. It's given by Vinod sir. I'll paste it here. This again. See, this is the. How many days more remaining? Today, I guess, is the 8th day or the 9th day. I guess it's the 8th day. Oh, okay. You can't share in the main chat. All right, all right, all right. I think I have shared it to everyone now. Okay. It's by the name atlanticcouncil.org. Okay. Now coming back here. Let's understand the UPI versus CBDC. UPI is a real-time payment system that transfer money from one account to another account instantly. It's not a digital rupee, but a facilitator of transactions. It is not the rupee, it's not the rupee, it's just a payment facilitator. On the other hand, CBDC or e-Rupee is akin to sovereign paper currency. It's just a digital representation of paper currency. Okay, a wallet is loaded with e-Rupee, which can then be transferred to another wallet. Here, account to account is done. Here, wallet to wallet is done. Okay, again, UPI account to account, bank to bank. But here, it's wallet to wallet. Dependency, like I told you guys, it's an intermediary model. UPI transaction happen between bank accounts and hence they are dependent on bank. Also, the National Payment Corporation of India (NPCI) and payment service provider Google Pay, Phone Pay. So when a payer makes a UPI payment to payee, the transaction flow involves the NPCI, the payment bank, the payee bank, payer PSP, and payee PSP. So you guys can see it's an intermediary model. On the other hand, a CBDC wallet is independent of the bank account and transactions can happen using the wallet balance. Have you ever used Paytm wallet? Paytm wallet. You guys can see Paytm wallet is different from your normal account, right? You can deposit some amount into your Paytm wallet, which is different from your account, and you can use that Paytm wallet to pay anywhere. So this is exactly what happens here. You create a wallet and then suppose if I have 10,000 rupees into my account, I can convert my 10,000 rupees, let's say, into these digital tokens, okay, which will be loaded inside my wallet. Okay. So yeah, when a payer CBDC wallet scans or add details of the payee, the one you are sending to wallet, the money is sent from one wallet to another like cash balances without any involvement of third parties. Settlement for end users happens instantly as the money gets immediately debited or credited. However, interbank settlements happens on a deferred net basis. I told you, once a large amount is collected, I mean from bank A to bank B, users are doing, then the settlement is done instantly for us by doing minus and addition. But when the actual interbank transaction is done, it can be lengthy process. There is no settlement as the wallet balance gets transferred to another wallet, like a physical cash system. So you don't need settlement here. Anonymity. UPI transactions are recorded by banks and reflected in the statement. When a payer makes a transaction through UPI, the money gets debited from the payer's bank account and credited to the payee. This gets reflected in both bank statements and bank's ledger, making it non-anonymous. But on the other hand, anonymity is the key feature of CBDC. No data is captured on transactions from one wallet to another. During CBDC wallet transaction, there is no dependency or intermediation by the bank. This is all we know. This implies that the transaction will not be recorded in the statements. This is what they're promising, that the transaction will not be recorded in the statements, making it anonymous. This is true for all the transactions lower than 50,000. So this is what the RBI is promising, that we don't store any transaction which is less than 50,000. So again, suspicious. I don't know. Liability. The liability lies with the users and the bank accounts. Here, the liability lies with the central bank, which is the RBI. Okay. I want you to just read it by yourself. This entire this entire document. Okay. This is the end user experience, e-wallet, account creation, spending. Okay, everything. So I'll share this website. Just go through this website, the remaining part. Exactly, you can do corruption below 50,000. That's right. Okay, so that's, oh, I have attached it twice. Okay, so this is what CBDC is. Is there any doubt in CBDC? Okay, Nilesh is saying it seems bank is not controlling. Yeah, like I mentioned it, bank will not store anything, Nilesh. Bank will not store anything if you use CBDC. If I'm sending you 500 using CBDC, your bank will not store it, my bank will not store it. But still, we are using our banks to facilitate this transaction. I'm using Union Bank of India app, e-Rupee app, and you're using SDFC e-Rupee app. I will send you from my wallet to another your wallet, but it's not recorded with HDFC or with my bank. Okay, it's directly stored in the RBI's ledger. How it is hybrid, please explain again. Nilesh, according to the diagram, they have said hybrid means when it's the same. I mean, intermediary model and a hybrid model is same. The only difference is in the intermediary model, the liability lies with the intermediaries like banks. But in hybrid model, the liability lies with the RBI or the central bank. But still in this document, it is mentioned that India uses intermediary model. And if India is using intermediary model, then why they are mentioning that RBI will be liable here? So something which is, again, I'm confused here. I'll see it again if this is a right or wrong. Okay, that's the only difference. Yeah, I guess that's still developing. No, Mohammed, see, it's already approved. It's already approved. If there's any such cases related to any fraudulent activities, RBI shouldn't have introduced and I mean RBI shouldn't have introduced CBDC to India. If they are doing it, that means it's good. I mean, we can use it. Okay, so fraudulent activity, fraudulent transactions. See, for a fraudulent transaction, you must be having you should have be having amount in your balance as well, in your account as well. Okay, but yeah, everything will be in the direct liability of RBI. Cyber security, if there's a cyber security attack on CBDC, okay, if you lost your money, so RBI will directly pay you. Okay, because they have mentioned it's in the direct liability of them. Okay, fraudulent transactions. See, fraudulent transactions are done mostly using cash only. You guys know. Okay, all the land related activities, everything we use cash for it. Okay, but in cash, what if you suppose you got counterfeit notes using cash, that's also not a good thing. But here we have a security. Yeah, but here it's a security that you receive anything from CBD, it's genuine. Okay, and you can cash it out as well. All right. Any more doubts regarding CBDC? No doubts? I guess we have no doubts now. All right. Now let's come to blockchain again. Okay. Let's if anyone has interface to show it. Um, how do we show it? I think we all have to download it first, then only we can see it. Wait. I have a website by Union Bank of India. They have showed it. Wait, let me just Union Bank of India UPI. Not the interface, but so this is their website. If I go to gallery, so this is what they have shown here. If you guys can read it. Set up in digital e-rupee, low digital rupee, peer-to-peer transactions, peer-to merchant, interoperability. See, integration with UPI for universal acceptance. Inclusive finance, financial inclusion. Okay. And if you want to see more answers, so there are some frequent asked questions FAQs. If you guys want to read it, you just can read it. Okay, so I'll share this website as well. There are a lot of questions. What if I lose or change my phone? Can I use this as an investment? How many wallets customer can hold? Okay, technical issues related to digital e-rupee app. Okay. Okay, you are not able to download due to OS compatibility. Okay. Hmm. Alright. But apart from Nilesh, everyone can also try installing. Okay. And I think, yeah, we will be meeting on Monday then. So I want you guys to just look at it. Okay. Transfer 1 rupee coin to each other. Okay. To your loved ones and try to use it once. Okay. Just try to use it once. All right. So now, like I also told you, that the biggest feature, I mean, the biggest use case of blockchain is the stable coin. So stable coin is not just the US, I mean, sorry, it's not just backed by a currency, a fiat currency. We have option also known as Tether Gold. I'll show you their website, Tether Gold. So they are backed by gold, the US reserved golds. Okay, I'll show you. So this is their website. Gold made easy. XAUT is the token, is a digital token backed by the physical gold. From ancient civilizations, humans have used gold as money and a store of value. Since then, and especially in times when the overall macro market has been distressed, gold has been used as a hedge. So you can directly buy it from here as well, buy XAUT. Okay. So if you want to read about the project, just go to their website. If you are interested into any project, just go to their website, try to find out so what they are doing. Actually, they have created a reserve. They have a reserve which they are, I mean, where they are holding a gold, and then they are converting these gold into digital token. So you can see gold kilograms. I think they have 11,000 right now. Okay. You guys can visit their FAQs to learn more about this project. Because it's the future. It's the future. The real world asset tokenization is the future. Okay. A digital token backed by physical gold. Now I want you guys to read about something. Okay. One is like I already told. Okay, I gave you a task to read about a project chronicled. Did anybody go through that? Chronicle project. They are using a concept crypto seal. Anybody? Okay, Nilesh says how the address looks like. Address. Okay, even I'm curious. I'll see. I'll download it today, and then everybody also try to download it. Okay, I guess yeah, the phone number could be your address. Like we have a UPI address, right? We have a UPI address. Okay, so I guess similarly we would be having an address like that. Okay, anything we are going to do practically? Yes, we will, Nilesh. Okay, because we have students from various backgrounds. Okay, so let's complete with the theoretical, and then we'll start with solidity. Okay, try to create a normal application. Try to get not an application, but a smart contract. Okay, it's a vast field. It's a vast field, and yeah, the most important thing is on how exactly this real world asset tokenization works. Okay, what are the economics and everything. Okay, and yeah, one more concept, which are DeFi concepts. There are various DeFi, more than 100, I'll say. Yeah, more than 100 DeFi are there right now. So we try to understand the important ones, okay, and how they actually work. Okay, decentralized finance. DeFi means decentralized finance. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt? Yeah, chronicled. Chronicle. Did anybody go through that? Chronicle. No one. Okay, see, the project name is Chronicle. It's used for drug traceability system. Okay. Now I'll give you another homework. Chronicle is a drug traceability system. I have typed it, sir. Chronicle. Is it not visible to you? Okay. So they are using this crypto seal. Okay, one more. Did you know the name of it? I'm not able to remember. Okay, no problem. I'll give you a homework for today. Try to read about what this virtuals protocol are doing. Virtuals protocol. Okay, virtuals. Oh, sorry, wrong spelling. Virtuals protocol. Okay, this is a project, virtuals protocol, and another project is which I really liked about. Yeah, Steam. Steam. Okay, not Steam. Just go through what Filecoin is. Very interesting, a prominent blockchain use case. Filecoin. Okay. I want you to guys read about these two projects, Virtuals Protocol and Filecoin. You can visit their website. The best thing is if you want to understand, just go to their website, try to find out their white paper. White paper are really easy to find. If I show you, suppose okay, if I open Bitcoin original website. So this is their open website. Okay. See, I told you white paper consists of everything that you want to know. So you will find it here, white paper. Okay, if you want to download it in English, you can just go to this, and this will be downloaded. Okay, so you can see in my screen, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, only of 9 pages. Okay, so you'll see everything here. Calculations are a bit difficult to understand. Okay. So you will find such white paper, okay, of every blockchain company you visit, or blockchain or cryptocurrency you visit. Okay. Chronicle is a leader in enterprise blockchain. Their Ledger is the gold standard for pharmaceutical supply chains adopted by giant life. Yes, yes, yes. But I wanted to see it's working. Okay, I'll tell about Chronicle. I'll tell about Chronicle. So they use this concept known as crypto seal. Again, crypto seal is a concept where every data, every data or everything is provided with a hash, with a unique ID. Okay, so this crypto seal is a physical device. It's like a seal. We have a seal, right? So suppose I'm a doctor. I'm a manufacturer company. Let's say I'm Cipla. Okay, I'm Cipla. I have manufactured medicine. So now when I want to send the entire parcel, okay, to let's say any medical uh, shop, or let's say any, and it could be any hospital. So I will attach that, I will attach that seal with the parcel. Now this information will be stored on blockchain. I mean, this parcel's information, okay, and its unique ID will be stored on blockchain. Now, what will happen is when the third party, or when the body who wants it from me, when they receive it, they have to scan it. They have to scan it. If they scan that skill, okay, they will actually able to get to know that this medicines are genuine. It's coming from the authentic place. Okay, and this thing will be recorded on blockchain as well. That now the seal has opened. The seal has opened. Now if that suppose someone tried to manipulate the medicines, okay, in the middle way. Okay, so once a person or anyone tries to open that seal, okay, sir, I have rejoined due to network, please send attendance link. Okay, okay, I'll share it again. So what happened is, suppose if a person tried to manipulate, let's say temper the medicines before it reaches to the recipient. Okay, so the crypto seal will be breaked. If the crypto seal is breaked, it's not readable then. It's not readable. Okay, so if it's not readable, okay, so a blockchain can get to know, and if the recipients will get to know that yeah, there's been a tampering in the parcel. So this is what they are doing. This is how they are managing a drug traceability system. Okay, so every drug has to be traced where it's going. Okay, even for consumers, suppose I went to a medical shop. Okay, I saw a medicine. I don't know if it's a genuine, if it's not a counterpart, sorry, not a counterfeit. So I'll just scan it, and if the scan matches with the information which is on blockchain, so it will see, yeah, it's a genuine. And if it's not, it will show me that this is the fake one. Wait, let me just share it again. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. So I guess we are good to go for today. Okay, because I'll not be starting a new concept. Okay, new concept will be starting from Monday. I think it's sufficient for today about CBDC. Anybody has any doubt, just let me know. Okay, I think we have cybersecurity students as well here. So you guys are really interested into knowing the security aspect of blockchain? Just let me know. I'll cover that part as well. Okay, all right. And if anyone who belongs from finance background or economics, if they want me to cover tokenomics, a token behind the economics. Okay, so I'll also cover that, but just let me know if you are interested into it. Yes. Okay, I'll cover that. I'll cover that. Okay. And yeah, I think that would be sufficient then, because when we'll starting with real world asset tokenization on how it's done. So tokenomics is real. Actually, tokenomics is a really large it's a different field in blockchain. Okay, but important things I'll cover. Okay, it's an entire subject on blockchain. Yes, Vinod sir. Yes, I'll take that use case. Practical, we'll see, Nilesh. Solidity is included. We'll see that. Okay. Any other student who is from another background wants to know about their side? I mean, how I can implement blockchain in this particular field? Just let me know. Yeah, Filecoin is a very interesting project. It's really interesting project. So I want you to just go through it. Okay. Even if I'm from aviation, how can I use there? Oh, you are from aviation. See, aviation right now, tokenization is I mean, the real world asset tokenization also covering on how we can tokenize the aircrafts, the spaceships, and everything. That's also something really interesting. Okay. So I have attached it before. I have it. I'll just, this is the one. Yes, Nilesh, the interplanetary file system. Yeah. Aviation, there's a there's a project. I'm not able to recognize the name. Uh, I'll let you know. Okay. We'll see. I'll see on how we can use blockchain in aviation. Even you can think of it on what is the problem, what's the thing which is not transparent in aviation and which you think should be there. Okay. So that people can actually know about what's happening. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not aware of what's inside the aviation thing. Okay, but you can also think of a thing which you think is a problem in aviation. Okay, and how blockchain can solve it. Okay, because blockchain provides transparency, immutability, traceability. Anyone can trace that data. Right? So try to find out. All right. Even I'll see some projects. There are projects or not. I guess we don't have more doubts now. Okay, then let's end the lecture for today. Okay, we'll meet on Monday. Yeah. One thing more. Try to understand this project as well. IBM Food Trust. Very, very, very important project. IBM Food Trust. IBM Food Trust. Okay. Try to read about this project as well of IBM Food Trust. It's also based on blockchain. It's for supply chain. Okay. Try to read it. Okay. And we'll also discuss it. Okay. To understand blockchain, we have to see its use cases. That's the only way we can understand. All right. So Shweta ma'am, can we end the lecture for today, or we have to wait for 5 minutes more?
That's okay, sir. If students have some question, they can ask.
Yeah.
You can answer for it, or else that's okay. No issues. We can wind up.
All right. Nilesh, no. The answer is no. Ethereum was the first one, but right now there are many as well. Solana, Algorand, even the Chainlink. Okay, and every blockchain has the capability to create smart contracts now. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, I guess we don't have more doubts now. We can end the lecture. In Indian CBDC, I think Hyperledger Fabric is used. It's a private blockchain. Okay. Like we have seen in Australia, Ethereum was used. Okay. Oh, Dr. Vinosa, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I forgot to look about this project Jumbo blockchain. Okay, I'll go through this. I'll surely go through this. Okay, and we'll have a discussion on Monday. It's a layer blockchain. Yeah, we have to discuss layers of blockchain. We'll start from Monday. Okay, the layers of blockchain, a very, very important concept. Okay. Any other doubts? Good night, Vinsa. Same to you. Okay, I guess
Thank
we
you
don't
so
have more doubts now. Yeah, we can end the lecture.
Yeah, sure,
Good
sir.
night,
Thank you so much. So, as we all know, like Saturday and Sunday, we don't have a session. So, we are again meeting on Monday. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your informative session. So, yeah, dear students, I have shared the attendance link on the chat. Please mark your attendance without any fail. As you all know, 60% of attendance is very mandatory to get the certificate. So, make sure that you will be marking your attendance without any fail. And related, as I informed, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, that is Saturday and Sunday, we don't have a sessions. We are again meeting on Monday at 7 p.m. Okay. I request please inform your friend as well. There will be no session for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay. So we'll wind up for the day. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. Have